So late last week, Donald Trump instructed Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, to look into the so-called Joe Biden autopen scandal. Now, what is the autopen scandal? Well, there are some people that believe Joe Biden wasn't actually in control of what was going on in the presidency, that he didn't actually put his signature on a lot of the things he signed, and that they were using a device called an autopen to basically forge his signature, and that should invalidate a bunch of the things he did. Now, there's no evidence of this. We will see what their so-called evidence comes up because Republicans are not good when it comes to investigations. They spent 2 years looking into the Biden crime family, as they like to call it, came up with nothing, and their main witness, their best witness, was actually indicted and I believe either took a plea deal or was convicted for lying to the FBI. So they're not the most credible, but they're looking into this idea that they used an autopen. Now, what is an autopen? It is a machine that you can program with a signature, which would then replicate that signature every time onto a document. Now, Donald Trump is trying to say that autopens would negate anything that Joe Biden had done. He's trying to use this as some sort of a gotcha. Yet, the use of the autopen as far as presidential signatures go goes back to 2005 during the Bush administration. There's been some back and forth on it. Republicans really pushed against it when it came to Barack Obama's presidency. He used it to sign a few things where he was not in Washington, but something needed to be signed. So he instructed his staff to use the autopen to affix his signature to it. Now, typically, in other cases, that would still be legally binding when it comes to if you tell somebody to, oh, sign that for me, that is still legally binding. So there's shouldn't be much question here. But Donald Trump is trying to use it to invalidate things like the preemptive pardons that Joe Biden issued, in part because he wants to be able to go after those people. And with those pardons in place, they cannot be criminally charged for anything, at least not in relation to the stuff Donald Trump wants to go after them for. Now, if they commit other crimes, they could be, of course. But Donald Trump is trying to make a big deal out of this, I think in part because he's trying to distract from how disastrous his first term is going. Stock market's not doing very well. The tariff situation isn't going well, isn't going in his favor. He's constantly losing in court. All of the news is looking bad on his part. So he's trying to do what he does best, which is spin it back to look what the bad things somebody else did, and he's trying to take the heat off himself. This autopen scandal really isn't a scandal.